Hello beautiful souls, my name is Cheryl. Welcome to my channel, Starseed Healing and Tarot. So today we are doing a pick-a-pile reading, and this pick-a-pile is for you to know what karmic cycles you still need to heal. So we have the first pile here with the Chakra bracelet, the second pile with this pink candle, and the third pile with this black and pink turtle. So take the time to choose your pile. Also, I will be pulling some tarot for each pile just to see what is helping you right now and what is not helping you right now. And in this pick-a-pile, we're going to find out what are your karmic cycles and what do you need to focus on to help you get through them in this lifetime. Okay? So you can either pause the video, take a few breaths in and out, and close your eyes and see which pile you're drawn to the most when you open your eyes, or you can use a pendulum or just listen to your intuition. Pile number 1 with the Chakra bracelet. Okay, so what are your karmic cycles that need to be healed? So we have Spiral in reverse, the Rainmaker upright, Grace and Gratitude, Reaching Your Destination, and Journey by the Moonlight. And for what you need to focus on, we have security and love. Okay, so, and I will pull some tarot later. So what are your karmic cycles? First of all, what I'm realizing is that we have the number 50 here. This is in reverse. We have the number 50, which adds up to a 5. And here we have 42, which adds up to a 6. So it's about gradually taking steps. So what I'm feeling for you is that you procrastinate a lot to make a decision. And that's why we have this in reverse. It's like, usually, normally, the momentum of this is spinning, no problem. You're born, this is how I see this card, you're born and then you start going through life, all the experiences, all the lessons, and you start going around in life, and then you transition. Now what happened here is that you got stuck deciding, you got stuck in making decisions. You couldn't fully commit to something. You were in and out. You were a huge procrastinator in your past lives, and I feel like this has been affecting you in this lifetime too, because we have the Rainmaker. So this shows me that you are capable of bringing in all the abundance into your life. However, I feel like when you saw a bit of success, you stopped. So for example, let's talk about this life. Let's say you start a project and you go all in with it. This could be a business, this could be a hobby, whatever it is, or maybe you change jobs, whatever it is, and you go all in and you're doing so well. You know, at first everything is hard, but then you start doing really well and you start to see the success. Maybe you start being paid for it, or you really see that you're really getting good at what you're doing. All of a sudden, when you start seeing the success, you just stop. It's like you get overwhelmed or you get over it and you're like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it again tomorrow, the next week, the next month. And you just don't. And you don't do it fully with your heart anymore. So that stops the momentum. It's like the universe gives you so much signs, you actually take them and then you retract and you stop doing what you were doing. So that cycle, I feel like, is keeping repeating here because we have the 5 and the 6. So it's about taking the steps needed and then it stops. So you actually know what you have to do, but then you stop. And that's what has been happening, I feel like, in your life, in this life also. I'm going to focus on this life, okay? And here we have Through gratitude, joy expands. Your light is shining brightly. Believe in magic. I feel like a lot of this has happened because you go in and out of believing and trusting and just being. One day, you're very spiritual. The next, you're like, I feel like you're not fully into just being. I feel like you use spirituality, or you use being out of the matrix only when it fits you. So for example, if something is going wrong, it's like you lose hope. But when things are going good, you're like, yes, because I'm spiritual, because I meditate, because I do all this stuff. But when things are happening differently and not so positive and not so moving forward, you're like, oh, is this real? I don't know. I'm not really into it. You want to, but then you retract again. A lot of procrastinating, a lot of in and out energy. So your focus was not put, or is not being put in the right energies. I feel like when you start to feel better, when you start to really connect to everything and doing your best, something happens with you, or maybe external to you, the people that you're surrounded with, and you don't stick up for yourself, or you just give in. Let's say you have your own family, or it's your family, your mom, your dad, your brothers, sisters, and you're doing so well doing something, and something happens with your family, and you just retract to your old ways. You stop focusing on you, and you stop focusing on what you are building, on what you're attracting. And then you start lacking, you don't believe in yourself, you find it hard to start again, and so you let things go. And that's when stagnancy comes in. That's when change stops happening to forward movement and ends up being stagnant. With the 42, we have a 6. So it's about finding balance between the both. Yes, things will always happen in the 3D that will slow you down, but that's why you have to find a balance. Even if you're doing a project, or you're starting a business, or whatever you're doing, you do not need to put all your focus in it. You have to put a great amount of time and energy in it, but you still have to find time for your family and find time for you. That's the most important thing. Whatever you did before that helped you before starting this hobby or project, whatever it is, you have to keep on doing it. If you went to dance classes, if you went to the gym, if you did yoga, if you meditated, if you went for walks, if you wrote, if you painted, whatever it is, you have to keep on doing it, because you have to center yourself. Yes, it's good to start your own business. It's good to start these projects. Maybe you're starting your own channel on YouTube. That's good. That's amazing. But you still have to keep time and find time for yourself. You have to find a balance. That's why we have the 6. So your imbalance that is keeping the stagnant energy around is the in and out. You have to be fully committed to what you're doing, but at the same time, your first priority is you. And keeping this project or whatever it is second priority, but not giving it up. If it's something that really makes you feel good, you have to keep putting the energy and the time in, but not losing yourself in the process, just like when it's another person. Some people lose their selves trying to make other people happy, trying to keep a relationship or a family together. So it's about finding the balance, the yin and the yang. And also when bad things happen, when negative things happen in your life, you have to find a way to see the good, and always find a way to understand what is actually happening, instead of seeing it as from a 3D aspect. See it as the spiritual side. What does it mean? What is the universe trying to teach you? What are you trying to teach yourself? What needs to be healed? And this is why a lot of when you put your energy in being in the moment, this is going to really help you. This is how you can shine your light. This is how you can believe in magic. It's lack of these, lack of gratitude, lack of concentration, lack of believing in magic, and lack of just believing in your light and shining you through and believing that you can build all these things. But stop dreaming about them. Stop thinking about them. Just do them. And you have actually started this. Do not get lost. If you're starting something, do not think about the future. If you're starting a business or whatever that you're starting, focus on the things that you need to do now. Don't think, oh, when that happens, I'll do this, or I need that, or I want this, or I need to do that. No. What are you doing right now? Focus on that. Because you get overwhelmed and you stop this from moving, you stop the momentum, is when you look too far. It's because you get overwhelmed. So don't get yourself overwhelmed and just be in the moment. And what will help you to heal these cycles? We have security and we have love. Yeah. That's what I mentioned, is that finding the balance between security within you, finding self-love. You have to realize that everybody does things differently. Let's say, for example, you want to start a YouTube channel and you see most of the people that you follow post every day, for example. It doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing. You have to work with your schedule, but you have to be committed. If posting a video every day doesn't work for you, then what does work for you? Now, if posting 3 times a week works for you, then keep that up. Doesn't mean if you don't post once in a while, or you stop for a while to be yourself and take care of you. That's not wrong. You have to do that, actually. I do this. It's all about keeping the momentum, and you can only keep the momentum going if you take care of you. Self-love, finding the balance, finding the stability, building a strong foundation. And I see the fire here. It's about grounding yourself. It's all about fire, passion, and it's actually keeping that lit inside of you and keeping that lit in whatever you're doing. When we start something, we're so passionate, just like a relationship. We call it the honeymoon phase, is because you're all in and you're so passionate. You want everything to be just like fire, and then it starts to fade away. It's the same with projects and hobbies and whatever you're focusing on. Don't let that happen again. You have the ability to blossom, but you have to realize that you are different. Do not compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to you. What works for you? Because when you do what works for you, you're actually going to stabilize this project or relationship or hobby that you are focusing on. Whatever it is, guys, those are just the things that are popping up right now, but see how this fits in your situation. The only way you can find peace and security in your life and actually heal these karmic cycles is just by focusing on you, loving yourself, treating yourself well, loving the things that you are doing, and not letting that passion fade away. So it's about staying focused and putting your time and energy in the things that you love, but also finding a balance and putting that energy into you. So let's see. Let's pull some tarot. Universe. What is helping pile number 1 on this journey? What is helping pile number 1 on this journey right now to heal these karmic cycles? What is helping pile number 1 to heal the cycles? And what is stagnating? What is not helping? Thank you. Oh wow, see? We have the star in reverse. Not believing. Not believing enough. See? It's like the universe is calling out for you to just believe, be in the now, and really appreciate and be grateful for all the things that you have achieved already. But you get lost in your head. You get overwhelmed by your own patterns. So you need to find a way to ground down your wishes. Like this, it means that your wish has come true. You have found a way to manifest your desires. Now, upright for this reading, I am seeing it as you need to ground that down. Stop living in a dream. Stop building castles in the sky. Instead of wondering and dreaming, just do it. Whatever you want to do, do it and keep doing the work. And what is helping you to achieve this? We have the Seven of Pentacles. You're actually realizing that you have taken on too much. That something needs to go for this pentacle to come here. Because this is what you desire. This is what you're focusing on. This is what you want to be the source where you put your energy in. This is where you want your abundance to come in. This is what you have been wanting to create. And it's right there. You have it already. But you don't have a place. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy to do so. Or you're just not committed to remove something and replace it. We always have to remove something to make space for something else to come in. Just like when we cleanse our houses, when we cleanse ourselves, we're ridding ourselves from bad energy that doesn't benefit us anymore, so good, positive energy can flow in. But if we choose to stay in that energy, if we choose not to release things that are holding us back, then we can't receive the new. We can't receive what is actually meant for us. These are things that were meant for you throughout your journey. But now it's time to let something go. This could be a relationship, this could be a person, this could be family, this could be a job, whatever it is. You have to make space for the new to come in. So this is what I'm getting for you guys. I hope it resonates. I hope it helps. Let me know in the comment section down below. I love you all so very much. Thank you. Take care. And namaste. Pile number 2 with the pink candle. Okay, so what are your karmic cycles that need to be healed right now? So we have Circle, the Ancient Ones, Voyage of the Heart, Narrow Pathway, Gates of Triumph. And what you need to focus on to help you heal these are change and miracles. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so let me tune into the energies, guys. Okay, so the cycles that are affecting you in this lifetime has to do with a lot of your ancestral patterns, ancestral cycles. So these cycles have come with you from not just your past lives, your parallel lives, but also everyone else you have been in contact with, everyone else that you have a contract with. And this is normal, guys. We all have these types of karmas and karmic cycles in our lives. But what we have to realize is we have the power and we have the ability to change this. And I feel like you do realize this, because this is in upright. Both of them are in upright. So you are living with these ancestral patterns. But also what you have to realize is that you are not alone. You are really, really guided and taken care of. We have the number 1, which is awakening, being connected to the divine. And we have the number 8, it's all about abundance, meditating, infinite love, infinite abundance. But what is happening is, what I'm realizing here, I've never seen this before. I'm seeing this as diversity. So there's a lot of options that are being presented to you. And this has happened throughout past lives, not just yours, but also your ancestors. And I feel like you are being called to flip the wheel, flip the cycle, and actually just stop repeating whatever was holding you back. It's like, what I'm getting is, I'm seeing this as a drum. So I'm reminded a lot of the shamans actually with this one. It's funny because I'm using the shaman deck, but this I'm seeing it as a drum. And it's like the universe has been trying to lead you into the right direction. And it has something to do with your heart. Because while I'm doing this, it's reminding me of the beat of the heart. So the universe wants you to do things. And look, I've just realized there's a heart right here. It's about head over heart. Logic over emotion. That's why there is a lot of options. There is a lot of ways that you can heal this karmic cycle. And your karmic cycle has something to do with seeing things the old way. Let's say you are religious, or your family is religious. For example, I'm just making examples. And it has to be this way or no way. And if someone doesn't fit into that religion or that category, or doesn't do the same things or have the same beliefs as you, then you push them aside. Or, no, that's not what I deal with. And I feel like that's what has been happening. This could be also about spirituality. Maybe no one around you is spiritual. And you are being pushed away from these people. Or you are pushing yourself away because you're like, I'm spiritual, they're not, go away. And this has been repeating itself over and over and over. And this is why I'm seeing all this diversity. It could also be about race. It could also be about color. Seeing this here. It could also be about being interested or being in love with someone who is the same sex as you. Or you're not accepting someone who is like that. You're not accepting someone in your life just because they love someone who is the same sex. It's about seeing things differently. This karmic cycle is about you closing all options, all gates, not wanting to see things differently, not wanting to change, and just focusing on not growing. Now, if you have actually been wanting to change this, and this is why you're watching this video, it means that that's what was happening in the past lives, and also in your ancestral lives, or you have been through this in this life already. And that's what has stopped the flow for you to bring in the abundance, to bring in the love, to bring in the romance, to bring in the finance, the financial stability, is because instead of you giving love, you are choosing to judge. You are choosing to push away. And if this was happening to you, someone was doing this to you, all of this that I mentioned, it was happening to you, is because there were some type of blockages. And you needed to learn to put up boundaries. Because when we put out boundaries, we teach people how we want to be treated. We teach people how to respect us. By respecting ourselves, we show people that, listen, if you don't treat me this way, if you do not find a way to make this be a relationship or a connection of give and take, then I will walk. Or I cannot give any more energy to this. It's about finding balance between your emotions and what you actually think and feel. Do you see the water and then nature? It's about being one with all elements. and actually making the decisions not just logically, not just because you have been taught a certain way, or you are in a certain group and you feel like, no, that's the right thing, others are all wrong. It's about opening up to diversity, finding different ways to integrate with new energies, finding ways to understand people. And if you are not being understood, then finding ways to heal that, finding ways to stop feeling that you are judged or misunderstood. Who cares what people think? If you do not judge yourself, people will not judge you. But if you critique yourself and treat yourself badly, that's what you are manifesting from other people. And we have thread thoughtfully, which means that you are looking at a very closed, you are looking at things in a very close-minded way. Your vision is very narrow, and you need to find a way to expand that. Look at this bridge. Look how small it is. It's not even wide enough for people to feel safe to go through, and there seems to be nothing to keep it stable. It would be just going like this in the wind. No stability at all. So a lot of, I'm trying to find the word, a lot of wishy-washy energy. There can only be stability in your life if you ground down and open up to understanding things differently, to accepting people for who they are. And if it's about you, it's accepting you for who you are, and people will follow. Because the universe is opening up doors for you. I feel like they have given you multiple opportunities to change this, but you just kept closing the gates. You didn't find a way to make this successful, to make this go away. It's like you kept saying to yourself, this is who I am, this is how I've been taught, I'm not gonna change, that's it. And look what you need to focus on to actually make these heal is change. You need to change your thought patterns, you need to change your ways, you need to start seeing life from a different perspective. Look how high this horse is. You need to see above the clouds, you need to see through the illusions. We are all the same. We are all connected. If you have a problem with race or with same-sex couples or with religions, any type, or if it's not you, it's your family or friends, that needs to change. You either need to walk away from the people that you are being affected by right now, and if it's you, you need to change your perspective. And when I say walk away, guys, before you walk away from somebody or a group, make sure that you have spoken your truth. Show them how you see things. Show them how you feel. Tell them, express. Help them see what you see. And then if they can't see, if they can understand, then yeah, move away. But you have tried your best. If you are the one who's being misunderstood, now it's vice versa, then you need to listen. You need to open up. You need to change. And that's what's going to bring in the abundance. I feel like you do not feel whole. You feel very incomplete. You feel very lost at times. So you need to find a way to make things right, so you can attract this abundance. You can believe more. You can love people for who they are, or love yourself for who you are. There is a long road ahead, but if you keep seeing yourself as separate, it's like your body and your soul are separate. You have to see yourself as one. Also, you have to realize that whatever you're going through, whatever you are fighting or arguing with whoever it is or whatever it is, you're not separate from each other. What you hurt, you're hurting yourself. And if people are hurting you, they're hurting themselves. You are connected, you are one. So whatever needs to be healed, whatever triggers you from other people, you need to work on yourself, because there is a reflection there. There is a connection. I'm sorry about the noise, guys. So let me pull some tarot cards to see what is helping you right now and what is not. What is helping pile number 2 to heal these right now? What is helping pile number 2 to heal this? To heal these karmic cycles? Thank you. And what is hindering pile number 2? Thank you. Okay. Ego. Yeah. Ego. It's exactly what we were picking up on here. Ego. You have to move away from ego. Now, guys, we need our ego to help us to make the right decisions sometimes. But this is the type of ego that I'm better than somebody. Or this is how you are treated, so you don't feel good enough. You don't feel good enough because of people's egos. You have to see which scenario, because this pile, I'm picking up on 2 scenarios. You're either the one who's not understanding people and judging them, or you are the one who's feeling this from other people. So ego is what is affecting you. Also, what I'm getting is you're trying to search for people's praise, people's attention, people's love, and I feel like there's a codependency problem here. So what you need to do is focus more on you. Focus on why you feel this way. If you feel a certain way about something like religion or race or people or spirituality and you don't get it, ask yourself why. Because it is it is an ancestral pattern. So you have to dive in deep, meditate. We have the 8. Meditate. Go into your Akashic records and see why. And if it's vice versa, you still have to do that. If you are being treated this way, you still have to go within to find why you crave this, why you want this, why do you want to be understood. You can give all of this to yourself, but this is how you heal these issues. And we have the 4 of Cups for what is helping you. What is helping you right now? Oh wow, I've never seen this card this way. What is helping you right now is actually looking at your past. By you looking at your past and figuring out, like this is what I was talking about, figuring out what happened in the past, diving deep into your Akashic records and past lives to see what's been happening, and also what happened in the past in this life. Why do you have these beliefs? Why do you have these thoughts? Why do you have these feelings? Why do you feel this way? Why do you always choose logic over heart, or you choose heart over logic? Why can't you find a balance between both? That is what is helping you to actually manifest something that you have been desiring. Before you were stagnant and you couldn't open up for the universe to come in and actually give you what you want. But by doing the shadow work, by actually wanting to heal this and seeing things from a different perspective and getting yourself out of the matrix and actually realizing that life is just a game, and we have to stop blaming people because they are us, we are them, we are actually all connected. By fixing ourselves, we help the collective. When we help somebody, we're helping ourselves, we're making ourselves feel good also, and vice versa. So by dealing with your past and by wanting to heal these issues, even by watching this video, you have opened up a way to heal something, to learn, to have some answers, and that is what's bringing in a new change, a new abundance your way. And also there's the tree again here, so grounding down the energies, not being wishy-washy, and not let everything just be unsafe, but actually finding a way to stabilize your life, and you can start a new process, go on a new path, a path to the light, a path to source, a path to your higher self, to the best version of you. The gates are open. The gates are open because the universe has opened them for you. Now it's about you actually making the changes, believing in this process, believing that you are capable of doing these things and walking right through. So this is what I'm getting for you guys. I hope this message helps. I hope it resonates. I love you all so very much. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you. Take care. And namaste. Pile number 3 with the turtle. So what are your karmic cycles? We have crossing bridges, distant thunder, the 3 of life in reverse, the time master in reverse, and the sacrifice. Wow. Upright. Okay. And we have what you need to focus on to help you heal this karmic cycle is the light and wisdom. And I will pull some tarot later on. Okay, so we have the number 44, 57, and 58. Oh, wow. These are actually after each other. It's amazing. So, 57 adds up to a 12, and 58 adds up to 13. So, it's 3 and 4. And 44 adds up to 8. So, it's leveling up. But 3 is all about knowing that you are working with the universe. You're working one-on-one. Also knowing that you are guided, that you are ready to transform. And 4 is all about unity, stability, celebration, grounded energy. And the 44 is about meditation, going within, infinite love, infinite abundance, also meditation. And look, we have the 8 here also. I don't know if you can see that. Wow. Yeah, maybe the infinity symbol has a significance for you, and it's just showing you that this message is truly for you. And I said transformation, and look, we have a butterfly right here. So the karmic cycle that needs to be healed here is regarding, for sure, the illusion of time. I feel like you live your life as though you feel like you do not have enough time for anything. And so that doesn't give you enough space to feel grounded and feel that you're doing the best that you can. I feel like you give a lot in this life, and this has been repeating also from past lives. And with the 3 of life being in reverse, it means there's a lot of ungrounded energy here. I feel like you go over and above to give, but you do not give the same amount back to you. Because I also see this bridge. You're crossing over to go do something, but there's nobody here waiting for you, and there's nobody here beside you. You're doing this on your own. You're doing this. I feel like you go through your life alone. Doesn't mean that you don't have people around you. I feel like there's a lot of people around you, actually. But you feel like you need a light to guide you home, to guide you to do things better. And you feel like you've lost a lot of time searching for this good thing, and you're ready to finally find it. You're ready to open up your eyes and actually realizing that this is all an illusion, and you don't have to sacrifice so much to find your happiness. I feel like the more you give your time and energy to things that do not benefit you, the more that you're attracting in energies that are hurting you instead of helping you. You are the one who's attracting in the storm. She's actually waiting for it to arrive. It's like, sometimes we tell people, that something's gonna happen, and we think about it all the time, and then it actually happens, and we're like, hey, I told you so that this is gonna happen. Yeah, no wonder it happened, because you gave it too much energy. All your focus was on it. And I feel like she's like, oh, a storm is coming, a storm is coming, and then it's like, I told you so, look, the storm is coming. And you need to let that go. You need to find a way to put your energy into things that make you feel good. You need to remove yourself from the 3D dense energy of worrying and thinking that you don't have enough time to change things. You have a lot of time, limitless time, to actually ground down your life, to actually make these things finally work, finally stabilize what you have been fighting, what you have been going in and out of. And I'm telling you, you have limitless time, because time does not exist. Time is linear. It's all about the now. So stop worrying about the future. Stop focusing on the past, because it will keep on coming back. If there are things in your life that you don't like, that you went through in your past, stop thinking about them. Instead, try to find a way to learn, why did they happen? Have you learned something from it? If you haven't learned something from it, it's going to repeat itself. If you actually learned something from it, and you truly feel that change in your heart and in your process, in your wisdom, in your knowledge, then that's not going to return. And if it returns, it means it came back, so you fix it, so you end it, so you heal it, and you don't have to deal with it again. Clearing the air. Not worrying about it anymore, not looking back anymore. It's like when someone does something really bad, really illegal, for example, and they're waiting for the cops to come for them. Whatever they do, they're looking behind them. They're waiting to be caught. And I feel like that energy with you. It's like you keep thinking about the past, and that's dragging it back. Let it go, because that's bringing in instability. And instead, what you need to do, instead of using that time and energy to fixate so much on the past or worrying so much about the future, try to take that in. Put that energy within, because we do have the number 8 and the number 4, which is unity, stability, and meditation. Also, 8 is abundance. So finding that grounding, abundant energy within, and not worrying about things that have happened to you. I feel like your karmic cycle is about you believing that there is not enough time for you to fix things. Even ancestral patterns. You have a lot of time. Just don't keep wasting it. Don't keep making the same mistakes. Don't keep repeating the same cycles. Stop crossing bridges for people who won't even take a step for you. Make sure that when you make sacrifices in your life, that they are being met equally. And maybe if this is you doing it to someone else, that make sure that you are giving back equally as you are being given. Stop feeling like the universe is against you. It's not. It actually wants to work with you. That's why you have the number 3. And we have the number 13, which is a divine number. So believe that whatever you have let go in your past, you are going to be repaid with it 1,000,000 times better. Whatever you let go is because it was meant to be let go of. Do not attract it back into your life. And if there was something that was really good, really special, and you know that there is a place for it in your life and you wish to make that work, then heal the things that didn't make it work. What happened that didn't make that work at that time? Fix those things within you so you don't repeat the same cycles. And if you feel like you have given too much, then retract. Change the way you do things. find a balance. Make sure that you stop right there and let them come meet you halfway. And if it's vice versa, and this is your person or the project or whatever it is, then make sure to go meet them there. Give and take, a balance. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. We have releasing twice here. Clear the air and releasing. And connecting to the universe, connecting to the energies. Releasing the past. Releasing thoughts and patterns that do not serve you. And what doesn't serve you is being stuck in the illusion of time. So what you need to focus on to heal these karmic cycles. We have wisdom and delight. So it's actually what we were talking about, that you need to go within. Dive deep into what you have learned. You are wise enough, so let yourself feel that way. Do the shadow work if needed. Go within if needed. We have the number 8, which to me represents going within, finding what works for you and what doesn't, and actually seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like you are in a bit of a dark place right now. Doesn't mean you're having a bad life. I feel like you are abundant in a lot of ways. You just don't maybe see it. And you're not enjoying life as much. It's because you are a bit stuck in the energy of looking things the wrong way. So what will help you is to focus on the good. To focus on what good you're attracting into your life instead of the bad. Focusing on good energy, creating high vibrations, creating energy that benefits your life, and not going with the flow of how people live and act and the social norms, but going with your own flow, seeing what feels right for you, connecting with nature, being with one, and also taking the time to reflect. And when you actually find the answers that you're looking for, when you see the signs that the universe is giving you, the opportunities that the universe is giving you, then you take flight. And you can take flight when you actually believe that you have all the potential and all the resources to get where you are meant to be. But you have to connect with your emotions. You have to deal with your emotions. You have to heal them. See why you act a certain way, why you feel a certain way, why you think a certain way. Why do you give too much? Or if it's vice versa, why can't you give? Finding that balance, finding the answers. Why do you look at things negatively instead of positive? If someone gives you advice, why do you take the negative from it instead of the positive? Sometimes, for myself, I do videos and there's so many positive messages in one video, but a person just takes something negative and they change it so differently, and I read the comment and I'm like, oh, where did this come from? And it's something within them that made them think of something negative. So that needs to be healed. And it's the same with you. You need to start seeing the good, the abundance, and be grateful for it. And actually trusting your intuition and trusting that some things are holding you back and you need to heal them. So what is helping pile number 3 to heal these karmic cycles, please? What is helping pile number 3 to heal these cycles, please? Thank you. Oh, wow. And what is hindering pile number 3 from healing these cycles? What is hindering pile number 3 from healing these cycles fully? Okay, we have 2. Yes. Being stuck in illusions. Also confusion of where to go, what to do. Thinking, overthinking, overwhelming feelings. Emotion. The King of Cups represents emotions. And the King of Cups, emotions, is overwhelming, overflowing. So it's about finding a balance, and we have justice. So you have already been doing some work. You have been already finding balance within this. I feel like this is nothing new that I'm saying to you. It's not like you're watching this pickup pile and you're like, oh, could it be for me? Or you know it's for you. You have been already going through these cycles. You have been already going through these thought patterns, and you wanted to move away from them. And now the universe is just giving you ways to do so. So what is hindering you is being overly connected to your emotions. When I say that, I mean that you are not using your emotions in the right way. If you get stuck in your emotions, it means that you are making decisions regarding using your emotions. Instead, what you have to do is see why you feel emotional about things. See why you get triggered, so you can heal them, so you do not feel overwhelmed or distracted or focused on the wrong things. Make sure to do things out of love, out of respect for yourself and others also. Find a way to heal your emotions instead of trying to control them, trying to repress them, and then a whole flood of emotions comes out or comes through. So it's about finding balance, and this is what is helping you right now. You are doing something right now in your life that's bringing in balance. So what you have to do is keep focusing on that. Keep focusing on looking at the bright side, on finding the good in everything you go through. And when you go through something that is emotional, that is hard, just be okay with it. Acknowledge that you are feeling this way, that this type of emotion came up, but that is not you. Do not let circumstances, emotions, or events in your life define you. You are your own person. You are separate from 3D things that are going on. But what you have to realize is that they're going on so that you actually connect with them, understand them, and heal them. Do not push anything away so you will heal it. You will heal it when you tackle it, when you understand it, not when you fight it. Stop trying to fight things. Just go with the flow. Accept where you are in life and just deal with whatever circumstances are appearing. And the important thing is to let go of the past and stop worrying about the future. Everything will come into place. Everything will align. By you taking care of you and aligning your life, aligning within, the external will change. More abundance will come your way. That is actually good. And what you have to realize is everything that we attract is good. It's just how we look at it, how we see it. Are we afraid of a thundery storm? Or can we get excited by it? It's how we look at things. It's how we see things. There's so many ways that we can look at our life, that we can look at people, that we can look at events. So your message today is to ground your energy, open up to finding new ways to taking care of you so you can find the balance, to see the light, to see the good in everything and everyone, and move away from things that do not serve you, that bring up a lot of emotions. But do not run away from it. Instead, find what you need to heal and why you're feeling these overwhelming emotions. And start choosing things that feel right for you, that will take you to the right path. And always find the middle ground, the balance, the give and take. So I hope this message helps you guys. I hope it resonates. Let me know in the comment section down below if it does. I love you all so much. Thank you. Take care. And namaste.